Hello and welcome back. Today I thought what we'd do is another flight sim. This time I've purchased the PMDG 737-800. It comes in different variants. Today's variants will be a freight journey, so it won't be passenger. I want to see how GSX-Pro works with it. Should be interesting to see how that goes. And it's going to be a shortish flight for about an hour from Heathrow to Glasgow. So we'll see how we get on. Hopefully the landings have been pretty good so far. Recently, last 5 or 6 landings have been pretty much okay. So we'll see how we get on. First freighter one I've done, so we'll move over and get started. There we go. There she lies. It's a little bit shorter than the 900, so a little bit more controllable, a little bit nippier. Quite impressed with it so far, although they're not cheap. So we'll get started. Unusual. Start outside the plane. Right, okay. So we'll get cut down to starters. Basically it's near enough the same. Connect that up. That's all near down. You'll probably see a few differences already. All these differences here are what you can program. So that's on. Not worry too much about anything else because we're actually carrying freight rather than anything else. I've got no passengers, I don't think. We will have crew, of course. I've changed all that. There was 4 along here. I've managed to change it. First things first, let's get all the light sorted out. Not gonna be a rush job. This video will probably be about 2 hours long, I think. I always forget something. I did a run because I've also got Amazon Prime livery as well, and I did forget to set ILS as I was landing, so I wondered why it wouldn't catch the beacon. It was interesting. I thought I'll redo this. I wasn't happy with that video. That was going to be the video, but I thought, I'll do FedEx instead, and we'll try again. We're flying in real time, real weather, so that is the actual time it is right now. Morning, so do that. I tend to like to fly real time, real weather. So as it is in London right now is what it is actually doing outside. Although we don't really need it. We've got everything sorted. Brake heats are on, yeah. Okay, sorted. These are what you normally get in the older version of Boeing, but I like them, so I thought we'd put them in. Okay. Have a little handy thing we've got down here. There's a nice little shader. Comes along, and you can shade around. We've got the HUD on here. You can actually put it at the front. Always handy. Up to the tablet, as we've seen before. We've got one man out there at the moment. This is going to work. Fueling's okay, but we'll do it anyway.
Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
What's going on? I've frozen out a bit. There we go. I think it's because GSX is putting everything back in now. I've left FSTL off because just keep the FPS up a little bit. So while that's coming along, what I'm going to do is get this prepared. Because you're basically going to do it from in there when it does arrive. We can go FMC. We can actually do our position.
Fuel truck is in position.
Might be.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
I'm going again. EGPF. That'll bug me in a minute. Fuel. Oh.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
And then request that a slightly different invalidatory. I don't know invalidatory. Hit the wrong place. Good. Hopefully it's going to pick it up. What we can do on that screen, we can probably get the
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
I know, shut up, woman. Okay, let's go there. Could set that up. Should be it. On that one anyway. Okay, so we're going to activate that request. All the other little bits all filled in. Yep, he filled up all right. And the nice thing about having two of these, you can do two things at the same time. Okay, it's all requested in. When you want to go and make changes to your plane, this is where you go. So you go in here, you go into your equipment, and you can see you can change this panel here. You were using a Collins. If you wanted, you could turn it into a Honeywell. Collins is the newer of the two. And then just you've got all these different things. You can see you've got 17 pages here, so there's plenty to go through. And you just pick what you want to do, how you want to set it up, and then even change the lights. I think I've got the right lights on. I have LED landing lights with pulse as well. So, and then you can just go in there and change, make all the changes you want to make. Return, and then displays. You've got another one here where you can do different ground speed display and all that. Show landing flaps, all that kind of stuff. And if you want engine side by side, so you've got all the information here, you can just click this and it'll do it. But I tend to leave it as it is if I like it as it is. And then go back to the FMC. So I think that's all done. We've done all that, so we can go into there, get that forecast done, press that before I put that in. Load that in as well. It's all loaded in from SimBrief. So that now is being populated. Now before I can set up my flats and everything else, and what I need to do is work out my departure and arrival. So today we're going to be using runway 27 right. And we'll be aiming for Umlaut. That's that sorted. And for our arrival, we'll be trying to land on runway 23. Means we've got to come out of Reeb. So that should now sort that all out. So pick up the plan, pick that to legs. What you should be able to do is just step through and make sure you got nothing in there that doesn't match up, or any gaps in that line, basically. And just make sure you're happy with the approach as well, because sometimes there you go. There's a gap there, so that's where this comes on here, this discontinuity. Whether you would go below it, that one, that fills in the gap. It's done again. There you go. Yeah, so as you come down here, you've got a sharp turn and then straight onto the runway, so it should be interesting. A challenge anyway. We'll see how we get on with that. So once you're happy with that, so you just put that back to map. That's all sorted, all done out of the way. Then we can move on to the route itself. Go to takeoff. Back 5. Just click this one so you've got your index. That'll give you your takeoff speeds, which are always going to be a bit lower than what they were in the 900 because it's a little bit nippy, a little bit shorter, so it doesn't need as much. Once you've got that in there, it's really good to go. But what we need to do before we go good to go is actually take the freight we're here to take. So, same as with passengers, you just request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Passengers will fill up very shortly. Here we go. Starting to look rather busy around the plane. The parcels going on. We're still waiting for these parcel man to turn up, who's just turning up. These large containers going on. And our crew turning up. FedEx. Just knock some of that background noise down a bit.
Reporting started.
No, walk straight through this guy, I bet. If they come out. As you can hear, it's quite noisy out there. While we're waiting for that, we can always get the APU running. We have blinds here as well, so it shouldn't too bad. So we can load that flight in. You can do the same for your co-pilot as well. You can load these in as well. There we go. All that, so we can. As you remove those, that will disconnect the power anyway. It's a bit more light with these as well. I call them eyebrow light windows. Oh no, what we do need. The Q and H, get that salted out. There we go, that's sorted. And I guess what we need to do also while it's doing that.
Ground FEDX 600 with India request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
FEDX 600 taxi to and hold short of runway 27 left using taxiway Lima Bravo Lima 28 November 1 Bravo. Contact tower on 124.475 when ready.
Yes, that's throwing me out.
Taxi to and hold short runway 27 left using taxiway Lima Bravo Lima 28 November 1 Bravo FedEx 600.
Is that going to leave me? You have to make these changes, you have to definitely check. That don't look great. Who's it? What's that looking? Okay, so get back to there. I like that one yet. Oh. Definitely that one. Okay, let's just stick with. See what it does. I think that actually activated my last one. That's what I might have done. So, but we'll have a look anyway. No, that's not looking good either. So it sounds like the brakes all booked in. So take the speed. That will do. Yeah, no, just pay it now. Oh, no, yeah. We can't figure it out. Right, so after that. Select a SID. Get rid of the SID. That's wrong. Oh, let's try again. In the wrong direction. Wrong direction. Okay, it's going to be a big turnaround in there, but about that. Not happy with that. Sometimes it does take a little while to figure it out. Exactly. Is it great, is it? Been back on myself. I don't really want to be doing that. Do that one. No. There. Could be a little bit better. Okay, we'll go with that. Beer all day. Yeah, we've done all that. That's all sorted. Got that all up and running. Well, let's just make sure. Let's just see if we can get some catering service
Catering
done.
vehicles are on their way.
Got something appetite to eat before we go on our journey, so quite good. I think it should be just one. Here he comes. I think I changed that as well. So. They come around to this front door, I'd imagine. Another player just taken off in the background. Another player there going sorted out, ready to take off. It's the nice thing about it, is you're playing in the real world as well, so other players are around in the world. I want to come out and go nose right, tower. While they're doing that, we just check a few other things. All okay. All these other lights will actually go out when we start to move. It says. What do I do? We can check. We can actually make that. Yeah. We'll take that one. Actually experimenting with something at the moment. They're done, but that was taking a little while, but I'll try something else. Never tried it before. Root. Take long to set up this one. We now activate that. Working. Oh, put that on. Could now tell me. Right, okay, so that's telling me. And just the. Let me do that for the arrival as well. Go back to the arrival. Could have been ILS 23. Then we can just step through, and there we go. That's a better way out. There we go. No destination path after OD. I definitely saw a destination path. Okay, we'll fly and see what happens. That one in. Okay. Thing do push back. Fixed it.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Now, for the immersion, it adds, like I said, that just this groundwork is what 30 odd minutes, half hour. So that's shown.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
And this is what, when you add this all in, it all comes to. It gives you more immersion. You're having to deal with everything. It's full of freight. Got some food on board in case we get hungry. Australian food as well. So you can change that.
Locking gear.
We're going to ask which way our nose wants to go. Nose right. It was slightly lifting. Weather's not looking too bad. Will be a bit different when we get to Scotland. Yeah, should you not be asking me which way I want to be facing? Oh.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
I'll start the engines up. Let's get to around about 1.5. We can turn them on. Second engine. Engine 1. We should be set nicely to go the way we need to go.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. Please disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
We can get those off.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Lovely.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
The nice thing is because we've got no passengers, we've only got to worry about freight. He's going to be right on there, so you can't see him. So good. I'll flip over. Yep, you pulled your ribbon out, mate. Thank you. We'll do it again. Just brakes off, start heading to the runway. The nice thing about the 800 is it just fits into better places. The 900 you can only use it on heavy. At least this you can use it on different gates. I've been playing around. I've got a business. Comes in 3 variants, the 800. You've got the standard passenger 800. You've got the there's 2 freight ones, special freight and I think it's just normal freight. And then you've got the BBJ2, which is the business jet, which is quite plush inside. Which I did try out yesterday. I've never done it before, and it was quite good. I thought I'd give the freight one a go. Makes a change from doing passengers all the time. It's nice. I mean, to buy the plane itself is expensive, but you get a lot of different variants, a lot more gameplay, you could say, from it. So, which is always good. Makes it worth the money. It's not cheap. I think these are about 59 quid for the plane itself, but you're actually getting 4 or 5 different variants of planes, so that makes the difference. Been after the 800 for a long time. I had it on X-Plane, and I do like the Boeing 737-800, so I thought I'd get it. Or Microsoft as well.
Tower FEDX 600 at runway 27 left, ready for departure, straight out departure.
FEDX 600, wind 180 at 8. Departing straight out approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 27 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 left FEX 600.
Spin around, gives ourselves a little bit more extra room than we normally have. Although you can get this off a little bit quicker than you can the 800 spinning. Slow it down a bit. Nicely line up. We do have a toga in here so we can brass up and then toga will just send it fully forward, full power.
80 knots. V1 rotate.
Yep,
E2.
we get up a lot quicker than we do on that.
Positive rate of climb.
On the 900 for sure. There we are, we're up.
FEDX 600, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Tower FEDX 600 frequency change. Approach FEDX 600 is height Boeing 737 3 miles west of Heathrow, 2,400 feet. Request flight following.
FEDX 600 approach.
Set to the
Squawk
top of
0064.
cruise altitude. I didn't do.
Squawk 0064 FEDX 600.
FEDX 600 radar contact 4 miles west of Heathrow, 3,000 feet. Altimeter tree 0.18.
Roger FEDX 600.
And Bonnie, Scotland, here we come. Climbing because we're now in a constrained area for 6,000.
FEDX 600 contact, Nordhold approach on 125.875. Good day.
125.875 FEDX 600. Goodbye. Nordhold approach FEDX 600 6,000 feet.
FEDX 600, Nordhold, approach altimeter tree 0.17 radar contact, continue.
The nice thing about the electronic tablet is you can actually see where you're heading as well, which is always quite nice. You can actually put the heads up in here as well. Heads up in here as well if you didn't want the browsers and the eyebrows. You would lose this. You could still keep the eyebrow over there, but you lose this one here. You keep this one here, but it's daytime. I don't need that. Now we're up and running. What I did forget last time on the last video I did was I forgot to set the ILS setting for arrival. Make sure that is set to ILS as well. You can leave it in standby. Well, the top of climb is 132 miles. 301 mile trip.
FEDX 600, contact Luton, approach on 1 tree, 2
And now we're going to climb.
05. Good day.
Going to 1tree 2.05 FEDX 600. Luton approach FEDX 600 6,300 feet.
FEDX 600, Luton approach altimeter tree 0.14 radar contact. Continue.
There's a small airport over there.
FEDX 600, contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
118.475 FEDX 600. Goodbye. London Center FEDX 600 9,400 feet.
FEDX 600, London Center altimeter tree 0.14 radar contact. Continue.
Lights can come off now. Everything else looks set. All look good. You can fill the plane fully up. I'm not really sure. I've not checked this yet. Quite a nice view. heading up into the clouds now. So as you can see, at least with this, you can actually have different kinds of bits and pieces going. It'd have to be all passenger, it'd be freight. I mean, it could be business class on the airliners as well. You can do them all up with the other planes that we've got as well. Tourist planes you can fly. I've done the flew around London for all the points of interest and flew over the London Eye and all that. You can do all that, you can set that all up. There is a new Microsoft Flight Simulator 24 coming out, which is supposed to add a little bit more, like in as I get the understanding, it's going to be like a fire and rescue service. I think it's an ambulance service and stuff like that, just adding extras in.
London Centre FEDX 600. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
FEDX 600 London Center. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
But it'll be sometime
Clear
before I
your
miss
Charlie
it.
airspace FEDX 600.
But really, it's sort of like now just sitting and getting through the flight now, really, until we get to the other ends. If you're one of those people that watch these videos and you're just trying to find out, is Microsoft's Flight Simulator going to be for you? I didn't think it was going to be for me. I didn't ever think flight simulators would be. But I've really enjoyed them actually, and it don't take long to learn it. Once you learn a sequence of a way of doing it, you tend to find it becomes easier. I probably play this more than I do anything else. And it does chew up a lot of time, especially in the evenings if you're doing it in the evenings. Sometimes I'll do something else and just do flying in the long versions during the weekends. I do a lot of backwards and forwards from like Stansted to Ibiza, which is a 2.5 hour flight. So yeah. And it is like for like, you can speed up time I think, but yeah, you want to do like the pilot do, then you do the full thing, don't you? So if you're thinking about it, the price does seem a bit steep when you're buying it. I didn't buy the deluxe version, I went for the standard version, and it's alright. I mean, I know I can't have the Dreamliner, but you can't have everything in life. To upgrade to the deluxe for me to be 70 quid, and it's like, oh, no. But I've got enough planes now that will keep me busy. I've got the plane I like, so, and I can just play around with the others until I get used to them. I mean, you can go through the checklist if you wanted to. All this can be done.
FEDX 600 contact Manchester Center on 118.775. Good day.
Going to 118.775 FEDX 600. Manchester Center FEDX 600 flight level 245.
FEDX 600 Manchester Center radar contact. Continue.
So, I mean, we've got at least another hour to go on this flight, so what I might do is fast forward to just the point of descent and then take it on from there. So I'll see you in a little while. Okay, well, welcome back. We're what, 108 miles from Glasgow, and at the moment we are going near Keswick. We are in descent. We started our descent quite early, I guess because we were a freighter as well and we were so high up. As you can see, the clouds are starting to thicken this area. So we're going to start our descent into Glasgow. I did zoom in, but I just want to have a look at a few places. You can zoom right in. I think that's about as close to me and get closer. Oh, I didn't realise you could get that close. Or you can just zoom back out. So we come up towards Carlisle, Wimpton, and then as we come across the little channel here, we'll start heading into Lockerbie in that area. A little license plate down here. Plate, that's the tail number, I think. The gradual decline in descent as we've still got 97 miles to go. What we will do this time, I won't get caught out. I'm gonna change the ILS over. Before then, what we'll do, we'll double check it. Over. We won't have 36,000 feet for long. I did think it was a bit high. I would have done 30, 32. Looking at these clouds as we're moving towards Scotland, it's looking like it's going to be a lot cloudier in Scotland. Oh, it's quite dank when I get there. I don't think I've ever been on a Scottish trip yet, flight that's been cloudless. But I'm sure they'll be happy to receive all their nice parcels and stuff. You can make out that wind, quite noisy. Guessing it's going to be quite a rocky landing.
FEDX 600, contact Scottish Centre on 119.875. Good day.
119.875 FEDX 600. Goodbye. Scottish Centre FEDX 600 flight level 240.
FEDX 600, Scottish Centre radar contact continue.
Now I'm waiting to get past Odigi, the next one, because it said there was no path set, but it'll be interesting to see. Definitely looks like a path to me. I'm hoping that was from the last, there you go, steep descent after Odigi. That's alright, don't mind that. Bring that speed down a little bit. Here we go. Look like a stone now. We've got about 64 miles to go, so yeah, it's going to drop quite quickly. And just starting to get buffeted by the wind as well, I think. More drag required. One thing we need to check is on arrival 2977. Our standard QNH will go in a minute, but I think we're going to try and do that now and beat it to it. Still needing a lot of drag here, but I can't actually introduce the flaps until we get about 250. And we're getting buffeted. But it's quite windy. You can see these clouds are getting a lot thicker up here now. Plus you get to the airport also you want to bring your range down so you have not got too much on there. Don't you can make it look like you've got basically on it, but you're not. It's just changing the range. Not far now, but still got a lot to lose. And this drag. Hoping that's going to help. Lose those flaps for a minute.
FEDX-600, contact Glasgow, approach on 119.1. Good day.
119.1 FEDX-600. Goodbye. Glasgow approach FEDX-600, 8,900 feet.
FEDX-600 Glasgow, approach altimeter 29.75 radar contact continued.
It's 7 miles. So you picked up the ILS already. Well, we won't arm it until we're ready. Oh, cool. East Kilbride, so we're very close to our landing area. 23. We're going to look for the beacon now, so I've got the Warlock set. Once we pick up on the Warlock, LNAV will go out and it'll start to guide us. So they're coming down to that, so I need to reduce that speed. Very cloudy around here now. It'll come down at 180 knots as well, so it can come down quite quick. So we're going to be turning into the last bit. We've captured the beacon by the looks of it. Landing gear down.
2500.
And we're nearly on the right height, so I don't want to touch too much behind them. Wait for this now to line up down the bottom here. This triangle at the bottom here needs to be lined up. And should be right directly in front of us somewhere. Wait for it to sort itself out. Down one more. And the runway is directly in front of us. Sometimes she'll freeze around landing. So far so good. So looking good, looking pretty much like a good landing going to come out. Coming untoward at the moment, we're bang on the glide slope, bang on the ILS. I've got 4 whites.
1,000.
Ooh, a little bit of side wind going on. At this point, it's best not to panic. I just pray that it's all working out well. It's been coming slightly off the diamonds. Back on now. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Actually, someone on the runway.
Too low, terrain.
Yeah.
Too low,
Don't
terrain.
panic.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
Used to panic.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
There we
Too
go.
low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. 20. 10.
You gonna drop? I'm gonna run out of runway.
Glasgow ground FEDX 600 request taxi to the gate.
FEDX 600 taxi to gate tree 0 using taxiway Golf Mike.
Taxiing to gate tree 0 via taxiway Golf Mike FEDX 600.
Does this? I don't know quite why it does it. You have to give it a real welly. Get it to move. We are down, that's the main thing. Now we just got to see what kind of parking they've given us. Got a decent gate. And then just our brakes on. Pit chocks. Press ground power. For the engines. Over to ground power. Turn off the packs and everything else. There we go. Okay, let's just habit, but you don't need to do that. Anyway, and then once that's connected, oh, not a bad landing. Here we are on there. Oh, we're near enough on there, just slightly off. And then we can then request deboarding.
The boarding requested.
The engines are dying down. You need to get those big over. Getting very dark here. Looks like it's going to rain at some point.
Do you want to deboard crew?
All the stuff is going to come off now, so all the parcels and all the large stuff. And normally while that's doing that, I'll just normally be setting up Timbrief ready for the flight back or flight to somewhere else. And the only other thing I need to see is that the last time I did try the freight one, I noticed it sort of didn't finish, but I want to see if it does this time, or it was just GSX-Pro being a bit funny. It sometimes can be. So if you did decide to buy Microsoft Flight Sim, let's say, you know, you can enjoy tons of great freight pilot as well as a passenger pilot. I mean, when you put a comparison to X-Plane 12, I think this really puts X-Plane 12 into the shade when it comes to this part of the gameplay. I think it really does. I'm sort of going to have one more play around in X-Plane 12. But I'll probably, just to make room for on my hard drive, I'll just probably delete it anyway. It's not, I've not played it for a long time, not since I've had this anyway, so I keep saying I'm going to put it on, but I think what you find with X-Plane 12 is when you load up the game, it can take nearly half hour, and it's, you think it's a waste of time, and sometimes it crashes you anyway. You've been waiting half hour to load it, and then by the time you've got it all in, it's getting late anyway. At least with Microsoft Flight Simulator, it does seem to load in fast. I've noticed that without FSTL on, which is where all the other planes, when it populates the ATC seems to work better. So, and FPS is a lot better without it as well. But it's one of those things, sometimes I fly with it, sometimes I don't. You see Swiftguard, there's a player over here just to the side of us. So it gets filled up with players. You'll see them appear, disappear, depending on what planes they want to use, what they're doing. They're setting their plane up, maybe they're trying it out for the first time, trying to figure it all out. See another plane taking off. Looks like a lot of stuff's been dealt with. As you can see, the altitude just dropped there because of the weight. Everything coming out has changed it. So I just want to see if this thing actually finishes. Last time it didn't finish. And the next flight will probably be straight from here to France or something. And did it finish? That's the question. They're all pulling back. Remember if they did that before. Well, the door's shut this time. It didn't do that last time. Oh, request boarding, so yeah. You go, just pull that back. I think that is all done. So we will leave that there. I hope that was interesting for someone at least. I do enjoy the flying. That's what the second time I've done the freight, and it's quite enjoyable. So yeah, good. So thanks for watching. It's the end of, we'll sort of come to the end of the weekend. Fun week at work. So I wish you all the best. Hope that was some benefit to anybody that's looking at Microsoft Flight Simulator that's not really sure. I certainly wasn't. I had to look at quite a few videos before I got involved. You can, if you join the Xbox Game Pass, get it for nothing. So whilst you're paying for Game Pass, you keep it. But as soon as you obviously finish the subscription, so does Microsoft Flight Simulator. The only thing I would say, if you're going to do it through that way with it on the Game Pass, is don't buy stuff unless you're going to buy it, because you'll lose it all. And it's not cheap. Microsoft Flight Simulator is not cheap, especially the planes. Okay, I mean, I've been looking at Concorde. Keep thinking about it. It does look a complex unit, but you never know. Something to learn on. Okay, right. Well, that's me done. That's our waffle all day. Have fun. See you again soon. Enjoy the rest of January.